Stop it. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, don't you already have 2 other versions of this particular character? Why, yes, I do. I have a 5-inch version and probably a 6 to 7-inch version by McFarlane Toys, I think it was. But there's something about this character that every time I see it, I want one of it. I don't know what it is. There's something that's so massively cool. I think it's the green hair. I've always wanted to have green hair. I just think that's cool. Maybe it's the freckles. I had freckles. I don't know. It's just a really cool looking character. Can't figure that one out myself. Now, the packaging on the back and the picture right here are not the same. Look, this is opaque lightning coming off of him. This is translucent. Now, another thing is, when I saw this at the store, it said $16.96 below it. And I was like, that's not right. This has to be multiples of that. Like, I would imagine $25 at the lowest, and then $50 at the highest, because this looks a lot like those figures I bought in the past of Dragon Ball Z that were way more expensive back before Dragon Ball Z had the Dragon Stars, which I was like, when that came out, I was like, oh, thank goodness. Finally, they got cheaper versions of articulated figures, because if you know anything about Dragon Ball Z, those original figures they had back in the, like 20 years ago, they were just pieces of plastic that didn't do any movement whatsoever, which kind of fits with Dragon Ball Z, which I like Dragon Ball better. Anyway, so we got 3 different faces. That's one thing that's different. The other 2 figures I have, they don't have any faceplates. And I know what you're saying. Didn't you just get a figure with 3 different faceplates? I did. I bought one for $15, which I thought was an extreme bargain. But if this is $16.96, whatever. So yes, it is $16.96. I scanned it. I was like, I can't believe this. This figure is better than the $25 Marvel Legends crap. No offense if you like that stuff. And it's I don't know why it's so cheap. I couldn't figure that out. And I know you're thinking $16.96 is not cheap. For this, it is. When you compare cheap is a comparative term. It's not cheap if I'm going to buy a loaf of bread for that price. No, it's not. And of course, I will be one day regretting this if we still here. If Jesus doesn't come back this year, I'm probably going to start regretting a lot of things that I've done. Like, oh my gosh, I should have stocked up on food, because back next year, we're going to be in famine, I tell you. So there's one little thing to cut off right there. Let's cut that off. And earthquake. All right, we got 2 more to cut off. Let's go ahead and get those while we still can. I hate these little plastic tabs, but everybody's got them. I hope I got it instead of cutting his fingers off. If not, we'll just pop his hand off. This is the part I hate. Okay, I didn't get it, but I at least got more clearance room. All right, there we go. You can tell I got it that time. All right, I hate that sound, and I bet it's even louder on here. So these face plates, if you know anything about the Build-A-Buddy I made, the 2 different, basically, dolls that come with different face plates, that's really cool. It's a concept that I don't think Americans have caught on to too much. We're starting to wake up to it. But the idea that you can create different face plates, like see right there on that right there, he has 5 different face plates. He's got the blue, the red, the yellow. I mean, there's just a plain one too. So he's got different face plates in and of himself. I'm trying to figure out where to put this. I got too much stuff over here. All right. So these little things are annoying. I hate these things. I'm sure you guys hate them too. All right, let's take a look and see what this figure is going to be bringing to the table that's different. Literally to the table. All right, first off, again, he's got 3 faces. That's different. He's got all this lightning, which thankfully that comes off of him, because that's going to be in my way if I'm trying to do a review, and I wanted to just check him out for myself. What I like to do is get the other 2 figures I have of him and just do a comparison, because the other 2 are fantastic. I really don't need another one, but I thought, man, I can't leave this one. It's just too awesome. All right, so, man, he's got some great articulation right off the bat. He's got double neck knob. It's a connection down here and inside of his head. So it's at, you know, the, I don't know, what you call that area. Let's see, his muscles, or what is it called? I'm trying to think of the trapezial muscle, whatever. At the bottom of the neck and the top of the neck. Hey, there you go. He's got great articulation, and it could be, but it's been loosened from just sitting in the package. He does have a faceplate. Now, does it show you on the box? Because I looked for the instructions right away, and I didn't see any. So most Americans won't know how to take this off, including, you know, myself to a certain degree, because every one of these may be different, and I don't want to end up doing the same thing that you're not supposed to do. Like maybe the ones I'm used to are different. Like on the ones I have, oh, it does do that. Okay, so the ones I have do exactly that. You pull the front and the back apart, and normally the head is actually 4 parts in here. I don't know if that's going to be true here. Kind of is. So normally the neck knob is a totally separate piece, but it seems it's attached to the back here. All right, so we got creepy looking thing. We got the grrr face. We got the whimsical face. Then we got the very angry face. So I don't like angry faces that much. And these two look very angry. This one looks much more angry. So let's do the more whimsical look on him, just to have something a little bit different, a little bit more mellow, and something that's not going to freak me out and make me angry one does. Like, oh my gosh. Let's just leave him like that. Look, he's old man balding. All right, no, it's and these little hair pieces, they're kind of stabby. So I think this is definitely made for like adults, because I don't think I would ever give this to a child. First off, they would probably break it. It says 8+ on the box. Wow, I'm not even 80 years old yet, and I can actually play with it. All right, so he's got a very easy to move. I would say loose, but it holds its pose. I mean, when you have something loose, like this feels very loose, it doesn't hold its pose, but this so far is holding its pose. The arms, I'm trying to get the arms to go out. I don't want to break it. I'm not sure. Okay, let's see it. There is a hinge knob. Now, the reason it's not going out, maybe, and I hope I don't break it off in the middle of this video. That would be terrifying. It wouldn't be the first time, but oh, scheist. Okay. Oh, sorry about that, German. If you're German out there, I'm sorry. All right, it's really, really tight, but I didn't break it off because you could tell it goes back in, hopefully. But yeah, it's a little too tight for me personally. Okay, to get it back in, I might have to heat it. Nope. I hope I did not break it. I hope that it just pops right back in, but I'm going to have to heat it and subject it, which I can do that with a heating pad later. So that's one thing. If you're trying to get his arms to go out so you can see his armpits and see if he shaved or not, which I hope he didn't, it's not going to happen today. I'm going to have to heat him up probably. He's probably just been cold because I woke up and it was like 50 degrees outside. He's sitting inside though. He wouldn't have been that cold. So, all right. So he's got a double joint at his elbow. His hands can go bye-bye, and they also swivel 360 degrees. He's got extra hands to put in, so he's got the fists that also hinge in and out, and he's got the Spider-Man hands. Yeah, I don't know. I've only seen a few of the anime episodes. All right. He's got another ball joint down here, which you can see when you bend him back too far. All right, he's got the pull-down legs. I just noticed that. So the pull-down legs, and otherwise it's a ball joint in the right here, and then it's a pull down on the hip. So he's got that pull down so he can kick higher. Otherwise, he can only kick this high. But if you pull that down, you can kick a little bit higher, which isn't really that much. Maybe it's more for the outside kick, because when it's up, it's going to pull away as you do it anyway. So see how it's down when you're finished? So it's just more of a natural thing. It's just going to do it. And a lot of Japanese figures or Chinese figures in general are doing that, because I just showed you my these guys, and now they're doing it with their little pull apart ball crotch thing right there. So it pulls apart naturally, and then you push it back together when you're done. So he seems to be doing the same thing. His double joint knee is hindered though because of his huge parts, and it's so far forward on the joints. I would have put the joints where it connects a little bit farther back, so it makes it do a little bit more of him kicking himself in the butt kind of thing. Otherwise, their double joints are just not going to be as good. So he's getting a little bit more than 90 degrees out of the 90 degrees out of the knees, but that piece and that piece, they're just contradicting each other too much. On his legs, let's see, we do have an extra thigh swivel, so you see where the ball cup is, and then of course it does a little bit with the thigh swivel, but you know, any more than that's unnatural anyway. And then we got ankle rockers, definitely some ankle rockers. And he can do tiptoe through the tulips, and he can bend his foot back so he can kick you in the jaw. So he's got some good movement, even though he's a one-arm bandit. Yeah, I'm going to have to heat that and see if I can pop it back in. If not, I'll be doing a video about how to return your action figures to the store, because it was just too stiff. I mean, it's still too stiff, and I've been moving it around a little bit, but getting it out, it's just not going to happen. But you can clearly see from this right here, this can go out. He could raise his hand all the way up 90 degrees like most people can, But unfortunately, I popped it out of joint. But it looks like it'll go back in. Hopefully it will. All right, he does come with a stand, which is fantastic because even though he can probably stand easily on his own, stands make it where you can kick. And there you go. See, this guy right here can stand well on his own too, but his little flight stand thing, you can do like aerial kicks or Superman flying or whatever. This one is just a base stand, not a flight stand or a kickstand. So we got that. We also got the lightning parts, which I'm not even sure where they went at this point. There we go. We just throw them all over him. And then, of course, we got 2 hands for Spider-Man, 2 hands for Fist, which I don't know. In this situation, I might just stick with these, but I don't know. If the Fist had holes in them where you can hold things, I'd probably go with the Fist because I do like, you know, holding hand fist. And, of course, he has 2 faces, 2 extra hand sets, and 4 lightning bolt pieces or electricity pieces. Actually, 5. Sorry. So let me know if this is what you picked up for $16.96. And if you paid more, I would love to know why it's so cheap, because I couldn't believe it, because these total anime figures, the similar ones are even more than that are made by a different company. I'm looking for the company. Oh, this is Jazwares. Huh. I'm surprised it's that cheap even from Jazwares. All right. Well, it's time to go get the heating pad. See if I can rebuild him, make him stronger and better. But overall, the difference about this figure from what I remember my other two is it's got a darker green to it. It's not as vibrant as the other ones were. And of course, this may be a later, like season 7, season 8. I don't know. I don't know if he has any dynamic changes over the seasons other than the fact that season 1, he got his powers from not being. He didn't have any powers originally, but he really wanted them so that, you know, that other, I saw like a few of season 1's. So other figures in this series, there is Collect Total Anime Figures by Jazwares. You can watch it on Crunchyroll. We got Eden Jaguar, I don't know what his name is, Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, I have no clue who this is. We got Chainsaw Man, which looks like something I don't want to watch, and then Spy Family, which I don't care about. So we got 1, 2, 3. He's number 4 and 5. Whatever's past 5, oh, I guess it's 6. Yeah, I don't know what the figures are past 6. But again, if you didn't know about it, there you go. Go to your Walmart and see if you got them. And by the way, this won't be in the toy section. This will be in the music section, which is kind of the better place to get figures. All right. I just really hope I did not break it because it is super stiff. Even now, this figure, this arm can't go up either. So he's going to go into the heating pad, and hopefully that'll loosen him up to get him back together. And hopefully he can move better. All right, we'll talk to you later. Let me know again what you think about this figure.